What's up, Michael Jordan collectors? Card Gems here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm starting a brand new series and it's called the Michael Jordan Rookie Card Daily Market Report. I go to several different sources that I'm going to show you in this video, and I look at what's been listed and I look at what's been sold in the last 24 hours and compare those listings to the recent price trends. And this is something that I do every single morning routinely. And I thought, why not share this with the Michael Jordan community? So basically what I want to do from here forward is provide you guys with a daily market report. And I believe this is important information for Michael Jordan collectors. Also, because this is the first video in the series, we're going to do an overview for the Michael Jordan rookie card over the past year. And to be clear, I'm not trying to pump Michael Jordan cards. I'm not an investor flipper. I can barely afford these cards myself. I'm a passionate collector. I bought these when they were cheap and I'm never getting rid of them. All right guys, let's dig into this. Since this is the first video, I'm going to do an overview of the high grades of the Michael Jordan Flip rookie card. I'm going to start with eBay, and I'm doing auctions only because we can see the bids. So the highest it's sold for on eBay is $208,000. This was December 20th. This was the last PWCC auction, and the BGS 9.5 sold for $92,000, which is really jumped in value because here's another one right here for $71,000 that just sold on the 27th. In November, it was just selling for $45,000. This is a quad 9.5, so that's a high-end BGS 9.5. Here we got another one sold in December for $41,000. Here's a PSA 9 for $33,000 in December. So that card is tremendously jumped in value, tremendously. Here we go, is a BGS 9.5 with 395, so it's a lower end and sold for $30,000. And the PSA, but this was in October. The PSA 9s are already catching that card in December. So this is one source that I look at. Another source that I look at is I'll actually go to the PWCC website. Here we go, some of the same listings that I already showed. It's a PSA 10 that sold in June for $77,000. There's one that sold for $71,000 in May. Here's a BGS 9.5 with quad 9.5 subs sold in June for $71,000. The BGS 9.5s had been selling in November and September for around $40,000. So another source that I like to go to is Card Ladder. Here you can see on Card Ladder, they list the last sold. Here's a PSA 9 that last sold for $41,000. See, this here wasn't on eBay. So they're tracking all sorts of auctions on Card Ladder. So they got a sell here on the 8th for $37,000. And here's one for $41,000 for the PSA 9. Those are new records. Those are brand new records for that card. And those could have been sold on a major auction house because they track all of the auction houses and eBay and all of the other platforms. So that's just the PSA 9. I like to track the PSA 8 and up. So here's a BGS 9, last sold for $23,000. So that's jumped in value. Here's the 8.5, it's starting to climb in value. So yeah, this is another good source that I look at. The BGS 9.5 last sold for $52,000. Now it's a little difficult with the BGS 9.5 because there's a low-end BGS 9.5 with only 3 9.5 subgrades, and there's a high-end BGS 9.5 with quad 9.5 subgrades or 10s. So that's why you have this up and down right here, these peaks and valleys. These valleys are the low end BGS 9.5s and the Peaks are the high end. So essentially, they're both growing in value. It's just hard to look at this and say, oh, the BGS 9.5 as a whole is seeing peaks and valleys, but that's not true. Another source that I like to look at is Golden Auctions. Right now, Golden Auctions has two PSA 10s, and they're both bidded up to $170K each. It's just incredible. So they're pretty much the premier auction house for high-end basketball right now. So to tell you a little bit about what I do each morning, first thing that I do is I look at the newly listed Michael Jordan 86 Fleer. And I'm looking for a PSA 8 or a BGS 8 and higher. That's basically what I'm looking for, and I will track each and every one of those. I'll even look at the smaller grades just to see how they're doing. And I'm basically looking, like right here, we got a BGS 9. See, I'm already tracking this one from this morning. And it's already up to 9,600. See, here's a BGS 9.5 that's listed 75,000 or best offer. That's definitely one I'm gonna watch. Here's a PSA 8. Here's another card that I'm definitely gonna watch. So this is basically what I do. I'll just scroll through here. Here's another BGS 9 on auction for 12,000. I'll basically just scroll all of these new listings. Here's a PSA 9 for 115,000 best offer. Definitely gonna be watching that one. Here's a BGS 9.5 for 155,000 or best offer. There's a PSA 9, 23,000. That's 53 bids already. So yeah, this is the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning. The next thing that I do is I'll go to my watch list and I'll look at what ended, because I'm watching all of these cards. So I'm looking to see what ended. Here we had a PSA 8 that ended for 15,600. Got a PSA 10 that ended for 211,000. It was a buy it now. So that's pretty interesting right there. Okay, here's a PSA 9. Sold for 42,000, but I have to go and do some more research and confirm that it was actually a sell, because right here it just shows that it ended. Here we got a PSA 8, sold for 16,300, and this was a new record for a PSA 8. So every time these cards are selling, they are near or breaking a record. Next thing that I do, I go to my active list. If it's a buy now, I'm looking at the amount of watchers, and I'm also looking to see if they've changed their prices. Here's a PSA 9, and it's got 196 watchers, 27 bids, and it's up to 31,200, which is very interesting because the most that it sold for on eBay was around this price. So this card is really trending up. I really watch these PWCC auctions closely because they have international buyers, so you're pretty much getting the real true Michael Jordan market value. Here's a PSA 8, that's 372 watchers. It's up to 13,235 bids. Still has 5 days left. Here's the BGS 8.5, same thing. A ton of watchers, a ton of bids. It's up to 9,200. Here's the BGS 9, $23,433. 306 watchers, 42 bids. This is incredible, guys. The PSA 9, 528 watchers. It's already up to 33,533, which is a record on eBay. Here's another one. So they've got 2 listings. It's just incredible. See, this is what I watch. This is what I check on every morning. Here's a PSA 9. That's 14 bids, 86 watchers. It's up to 12,000. There's another BGS 9.5 for close to 70,000. So this is a low-end BGS 9.5, so we know the market has not quite hit this value yet. This is probably the cheapest one listed on eBay. So we know the low ends are still somewhere in the 50s. Okay, here's another PSA 9. That's 53 bids. It's up to 23,000. It's what I look at in the morning to see what kind of traction these cards have gotten overnight, the past 24 hours. So going back to Card Ladder, let's look at the PSA 10. On here it shows the last sold for 222,000. That could have been at a golden auction house. So this is what you won't see on eBay. This was that eBay sell right here at 208,000. Well, we have this sell right here for 222,000. So back here on the 14th of December, it was at 211,000. And on the 6th of December, it was at 151,000. And on the 5th, it was at 150,000. And just back here in October, it sold for 124,000. So let's look at the population report of the BGS 9.5. We've got 526. There are 6 pristine 10s. So in total, there's 11,560 graded by BGS. So not a whole lot when you compare it to modern cards. And if we look at the PSA population report, there's 18,286 total graded, with 317 PSA 10s, 2,759 PSA 9s, and they're all selling for 30K plus, which makes for a huge market cap. And that's another thing that you can see on Card Ladder is this market cap, which is like 70 million right here for the PSA 10. Now looking at that PSA 9, like I said, with that pop report being 2,759, that makes the market cap 114 million. That's just incredible. It's just, and like I said, there was a $41,000 sale. And these guys, Chris and Josh, that created Card Ladder, these guys do extensive research and they ensure that these sales are legitimate sales and the card was paid for. So what you see right here is factual information that you can trust. Right here, 37,000. Both of these sales way higher than anything I've seen on eBay. I believe this right here is an eBay sale, 28,000. So I'll go back to where I was looking at the new list and I'll play with this a little bit. I'll go ahead and I'll go to highest first. And I'll check out auctions. And I'll just do another scroll through here just in case I miss something that's not on my watch list. And see, these are already on their way to break records. I mean, these have 5 days left. So these are ones that I'd definitely be watching closely, because if these start pushing to 40K, that means the BGS 9.5, the low ends, are going to be pushing above 50. And that means the higher end BGS 9.5s are really going to be pushing up and down. We don't even know what that is yet. We got to wait for some more sales. But look at all of these PSA 9s. Just incredible. I mean, we just got a whole line of them. The BGS 9, that's pretty much a bargain right now compared to these PSA 9s. I would definitely be buying these BGS 9s and 8s. Here's an 8.5. Let's see, the reason it doesn't have any bids yet. This means that these BGS 8.5s just haven't quite reached this value yet. They're probably still hovering around the 10,000 mark. So you got the PSA 8s. Remember, a PSA 8 sold for 16,000, and that's a record for this card. And you got one trending here in PWCC for 13. But when this starts breaking 20K, you better believe that these 8.5s are going to start getting bids. And it might start getting bids soon. Here's the BGS 9. like I said, there's this PSA 8. All day long. BGS 9. BGS 8.5. Look at all of these. Look at these bids. It's just crazy. So this is what I do every morning. This is what I look at. Now here going forward, when I make my daily report, I'm going to specifically talk about what's listed and what's been sold for the past 24 hours. And that's the information that I'll provide. And I'll go into great detail. And we'll talk about the price trend. We'll compare that to the last week's price trends and see where it's going, see if it's trending toward a new record or not. All right, Michael Jordan collectors, that was my daily market report on the Michael Jordan rookie card. And it went a little long today because, like I said, I wanted to do an overview of some of the prices over the past year. But from here forward, it'll be more focused on the sales and the new listings of the past 24 hours. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next Michael Jordan Daily Market Report.